Good evening. Police in riot gear have used batons and pepper spray on campaigners who are gathering outside Kings North Power Station in North Kent. They're protesting against plans to build a new coal-fired power station at the site. Meanwhile, Arthur Scargill, who led the miners during the bitter strike in the 1980s, visited the camp to tell protesters the country needs to reopen coal pits and close nuclear power stations. Our environment correspondent Mark Norman reports.
The police have entered through a back gate here. As you can see, they're trying to hold their ground in the middle of a field. The protesters are trying to remove them peacefully from the ground that they're camping on. To many people observing and to people camping on the site, it wasn't clear why the police had taken the action they had. BBC Television, can I ask you a quick question? Why you came onto the field at all?
You can ask me. Whether or not I'm going to answer you is a different question.
Well, I'm asking you, why did you come onto the field?
We've come on set for the safety of the campers here.
And what was concerning you about their safety?
We had intelligence received that said we needed to come onto the site. So
currently now it seems a bit of a standoff. What's going to happen next?
There's no standoff. We're just waiting to confirm what our next actions are, and then we'll go from there.
In another corner of the site, police and protesters have been in a standoff since 5:30 in the morning.
It's a great pity because this should be an opportunity for a peaceful protest against a very serious issue, which is a proposal for a damaging coal-fired power station. And I think it's very unhelpful if on the one side the police are being provocative, on the other side if protesters resort to unlawful actions.
For much of the day, most of the camp was peaceful. Many of the protesters didn't get involved in the skirmishes. Arthur Scargill visited the site. The former leader of the National Union of Mine Workers was used to seeing violence on the picket lines during the miners' strike of the 1980s.
Come on, no way. Listen, whoa. No way. Listen, no way.
I think it's regrettable if there are clashes between the police and protesters, demonstrators, because people should have a right to demonstrate and to protest in the 21st century.
Mr. Scargill left the camp later than planned, avoiding any trouble. And so tonight the camp has returned to some sense of normality after its first full day. The police have tried to address health and safety and security concerns, and the climate camp protesters now hope to begin a week of discussion around some of the issues ahead of their so-called day of action next Saturday. Mark Norman, BBC South East Today, Kings North.
And you can see the full interview with Arthur Scargill on our website, bbc.co.uk/South East Today.